All right, so today I'm going to be showing you how to use Cortex Press. At the moment, Cortex Press is only available to be used by our ape domain holders. If you are an ape domain holder, you can go to cortex.press to publish a site. Let's say you do not currently have an invite and would like one. You can reach out to our team at our Telegram channel for the ape family, and that is going to be DOT, so dot ape fam. So reach out to us that way. You could also purchase an invite token that's listed for sale in the OpenSea collection. I'm going to show you that. So I've already connected my wallet here, but if I go to my invites, you can see, different generations that you currently own and have in that wallet. Let's say you thought you had an invite and it's not displaying. Once you connect your wallet, just make sure that you're using the correct wallet. I'm going to go in and select one of these tokens for you to see that I haven't used this one. It's actually got the green light there, and I'm going to show you the whole collection. And we have it set up so if it hasn't been used, it's got a green little dot at the top right-hand corner, but once it has been used, it's going to have that red. And you want to make sure that you keep that in your wallet. For any purposes, once you've minted your subdomain, you're going to get 3 more invites, and you can either utilize that to get 50% off minting another domain, or you can share it with a friend and get 50% of that profit. And you have to have that token in your wallet for you to earn that. So make sure you keep it there. But let's say we run out of invites, because eventually we will. Some people do have theirs listed for you to purchase. So there isn't other ways to obtain that invite token. All right, so I'm going to go back and show you what it'd be like to try to purchase a domain here. So let's say you just got your token, you're excited, you've got a name in mind. I'm just going to do my name, see if it's available. So crystal.ape is available to purchase. Awesome, that's the one I want. I'm going to go ahead and start that purchase. And on the screen is going to display the price of the domain in ETH, or you can switch to the dollar amount. If you are curious about pricing before going in, you can click this pricing diagram, but I'm going to go back real quick. But yeah, so if you have questions about pricing, it is there. And you're going to choose which invite you want. So let's say you had multiple invites, you can use the drop down to decide. And if I wanted to complete this, I would go ahead and hit finish purchase. And once that transaction has been completed, can take a few minutes, that domain is available to be used using Cortex Press. I am going to show you a few more things here first before we go into that, because what's awesome about these domains is you can also mint unlimited subdomains. So if I go to my domains and we're going to use their meditating.ape, you can see that I don't have any subdomains at the moment. But just as an example, I do have some subdomains minted here that I can go into. First, I want to show you what it's like to try to. So let's say I wanted to do project.wolfmotherstudio, enter, and all I do is pay gas fees to mint that subdomain. That's constantly fluctuating, so it's just based on what's going on in the market at that exact moment, but that's all you end up paying. All right, so going back to my subdomains that I have minted, I'm gonna apparently need to reconnect. Hang on one second. And I wanted to check out my blog.wolfmotherstudio in OpenSea. I'm gonna connect, and you can see that I have updated the metadata image here, and in a little bit I'm going to use Cortex Press to show you how you can do that too. Let's say we're going to look at the rest of the collection. I'm just going to click in here, and you can see some of the images that our other domain holders have changed their metadata to. Cool. And let's go back. Trying to think if there's anything else in here I want to show you beforehand. If you do have any questions, the FAQ is really helpful. And you have that price chart to all of your invites are going to be displayed, and then all of your domains. This next step though, I mean, we're going to be going to cortex.press. I am currently using the beta version just because I built a lot more using that before we launched just the regular Cortex Press. But for any of you APE domain holders, you can actually just go straight to the regular Cortex Press site. You can see that once that site's loaded, hang on one second, I'm actually going to back out and show you what the login screen looks like and get started. Since I have connected my wallet, it automatically just pushes through. But let's say for the first time that you're going in there, you are going to have the ability to use Magic, MetaMask. There's a couple different options for logging in. And it's displaying all of my sites that I currently own, my subdomains and my regular domains. And I did update the metadata image on all of these using beta in the past. And today I'm going to be messing around with my meditating.ape. So Cortex Press utilizes Markdown, really simple language to use. We've made it even easier by creating this drop down so you don't need to actually know how to write manual Markdown. You can just choose if you're wanting to have a heading in different sizes. If you want to do an image, it's just drag and drop. And let's see if I can get an image to drag and drop here. Okay, perfect. So you can see that it's just as easy as that. And got one from earlier that I had done too. Neat. If you click on that and you see this crazy long, it is I think that's technically the hash that IPFS is creating a link to it. So that's what it's doing. It's linking to IPFS at this moment. And what I want to show you guys before I publish this page, earlier I was messing with themes and I want to make sure that, okay, perfect. I'm going to take this theme out and then go back to my README file. So your README file acts as like your landing cover page of your Cortex Press page. And as well as that, you have your nav bar and your sidebar. So if you wanted to have some links at the top of your page, you can just create some links with making a list, super easy. And then sidebar will populate links to the left automatically based on heading. So if you have any H1 headings like this is, it'll populate those for you, or you can override and create your own links, which is what I did. So I went in here and manually like overrode what it was populating. And once we publish this page, there we go. Oh, it's doing the same thing from earlier because so this isn't actually reflecting the right thing. I'm going to redirect this transaction. This is displaying the subdomain I was attempting to mint earlier. So we're going to redirect that. This is the correct signature. So we're going to sign. There is no publishing fees in that moment. And we're going to visit meditating.ape.cloud and do a hard refresh. That was showing my advanced mode version from earlier, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that here in a second. So you can see that my links are in the sidebar, the links that I created are in my nav bar, and that image that I had moved over is displaying. What I did skip and forgot to show you all first is going back to the ape collection and showing you that it updated the metadata as well. So let's see if we can find my meditating ape. Maybe it was at the top. Oh, it should be alphabetical order, actually. Let's see. There we go. And it hasn't updated my image from earlier. So if you are running into that, you've just changed and dragged and dropped an image in that top left-hand corner in Cortex Press. Let me show you that again. Let's go back. And I were to, and it's the same image, so it's not going to do much. But if I drag and drop that image and then publish and go to the ape collection. Oops, where did that go? There we go. And it's got an image that I had in there earlier. And if it hasn't updated, you can do refresh metadata Sometimes it can take a minute. It's supposed to be fairly quick. So let's see if, there we go, perfect. That refresh that pretty quickly, but if you aren't seeing it, if you go in and refresh that metadata, it will work as well. And let's go back to Cortex, the website I just published. You can see all these links that I created, the drag and drop in the images. This is the default theme for Cortex Press as well. So let's say you want to mix up the colors, you want to make it a little bit more custom, but you don't want to go as far as going into advanced mode and creating your own site. There is some things you can do going back to Cortex Press and going into our advanced mode section here. And the custom theme is just really easy. If you know anything basic, it's really easy to change. I'm only changing and messing around with just a couple of the functions just to give you some visual examples. Pick whatever colors and themes you want. In the future, we will have some themes built out for those that just want to do something other than this dark theme that we have going on. I publish with this custom theme and sign and go back and do a hard refresh here. Sometimes the browser will stick if you don't do that harder refresh. But you can see that now that I did, the color scheme did change up a bit. And you probably want to make this a black font instead, and I can go back in there and do that. Let's say this isn't good enough. We want to publish our own website. Everything is on IPFS, like I explained earlier. And you can add any file structure that you would like that points to a website or a game. Nate has had like a game that's like Dookie Dash in the past running on his uncle Nate.ape. So super simple. If you know anything like a little bit about coding, or it's as easy as looking some stuff up in GitHub and making a copy of a file, you can use IPFS to hold that file and use a pinning service. So I've used Pinata. You can see that I've got a couple things there right now, and I'm over my limit. But for now, we're going to go in and I'm going to generate a CID. I already did earlier, and I generated a CID through IPFS and then pinned it. I'm going to grab that CID now, go back into advanced mode and paste that in. Before I do this, it give you that warning. Danger, this is going to replace anything previously published. It's not going to delete what you have written in your README or navbar sidebar. That's still going to live in Cortex Press, but it is going to overwrite what's displayed when somebody looks at that domain. So that's the warning. But if you decide that you want to not use advanced mode after you've played around with it and go back, it's not deleted. It's still there for you. Now I've got that IPFS hash added, and I'm going to hit publish. And I'm going to sign again. And we're going to do a refresh here. It's going to display the super simple static site that I had created in the past. And that's in that file structure on IPFS. I mean, sky's the limit with what you want to publish, as long as you have a little bit of knowledge or you have somebody that can help you, or you can publish a Cortex Press page that's really easy and you can utilize Markdown.
Or you can bring yourself here on Fridays and we can show you how to do it. You can hop on here and we'll walk you through it.
Yes, exactly. We will. And I'm gonna go through the Chrome extension, but again, I'm gonna give that opportunity like I did last time I ran through this. If there's anything else you guys wanted to add before I go into the Chrome extension.
Not me personally, no.
I'm gonna take some coffee. And
we miss Morning Joe today, so you're probably having withdrawals.
To drink my coffee another time.
I know, right? Got so used to it.
It's a bit of a bummer. I'm like, oh, Twitter doesn't want me to be able to talk. I must have.
Yeah, well, I had the same problem yesterday on the Quai thing. Yeah, it was doing that to me.
It was okay.
I was trying to join because I would sit in the background and put links up on top of the people talking, Cortex links and shit.
Yeah. So currently we have a Chrome extension that will be available in the Play Store. I think that's what it's called, Play Store. It's in review, so it'll be available soon. And I already have, the extension installed because I get to play around with these things before all of you guys get to. But if I open it up, what this allows me to do, back out, is play around with any domain that is under, I believe what we're going to be doing with it is anything that's under the butterfly bee proto LDs. And right now it's just ape and men, but in the future that will be updated as more TLDs are created. So let's do Nate.ape.
Sure.
Perfect. It's going to show his NFT metadata that he's got going on his wallet. I'm going to show you what network. So it was it Ethereum or Polygon, and in the future we might have networks that we have domains on, and gives you a quick link to what is currently published at that website. It's going to allow you to have an easy tool for if you want to do some transfer transactions with that wallet, and then show you the contract information. So I'll open all these real quick. This is going to take me to unclenate.ape.cloud, what's currently published there.
Gorgeous.
And I don't know why I did that. I have a tendency, so this browser extension, you don't have to be on a certain page for it to work, and I forget that for some reason. So I'm like, I can just keep opening it no matter what browser or page I'm in. And then the transfer button is going to take us to that, is it Xeron? And I haven't logged into this before, but if I connected my wallet, then I'd be able to interact. But this is, or if I wanted to send anything to this wallet, this would allow me to interact, select assets.
It's like a DEX,
I
right?
haven't played around with this. Have you played around with Xeron much? Because I haven't yet.
I haven't, but I mean, it appears to be a DEX, right? It's just, it's facilitating that transfer transaction.
Making it easy. You've got a tool right there. And
So they have an
back.
app too.
What was that?
Xerion looks like they have an app too. It's down the lower corner, but
okay. Perfect. And that's just the one that we've chosen to interact with and change or keep it that way. And then if you hit contract, this is going to give you that information about that contract. But that's just another easy link to it. If you click this at the top right-hand corner, this is going to let you see what the TLDs are that are within this and what they're redirected. As things get added, I think there's actually a way to get these to interact with each other.
yeah, you'd add the TLD along with the bridge redirect.
And then that's what's it's gonna allow you to do that. Super simple, but an easy tool to have at our fingertips to make it easier to look up someone's domain. That eventually this is gonna be a great social tool, something to interact with other domains in a way. So it's not just a website, it's not just a page, but it's a way for us to bridge all sorts of different things with communicating with each other and interacting with each other. Anything that you guys want to add about the tool that I didn't say?
The thing that's interesting to me is the conversation we've been having about adding features right into our plugin for helping people who take advantage of our partnership with Charged Particles.
Yeah.
Who've energized a Cortex domain so that now they can put tokens and assets inside of the Cortex domain via Charged Particles. That'll be cool when maybe in this interface you can see if this address actually has a charged particle associated with it and what's in it and what the value is, or make comments on it, or those other things that you were just talking about. Being able to layer different capabilities together.
And
I'm excited.
I've been working on like just some personal sites and stuff on the side, and I don't have them up yet, but eventually I'm going to have those in my domains and excited about that. So like you were talking about that concept of a Shopify, but through ape domains, like that's what I'm actually interested in as well.
Yep.
That's a huge, it's huge need. Anyone that sells like physical art, that's not going to go like the NFT connected route, that's still like selling physical anything. Yeah, I need something that is going to work hand in hand to transactions.
It's kind of like taking the idea of a catalog entry and turning that catalog entry into an NFT, right? Because catalog entry usually has product information and specifications and pricing and things like that. And if that product entry can ride along with the product that's purchased, when you look at an e-commerce system, it keeps track of inventory, right? And it deletes numbers from inventory as things are being sold or allocated or whatnot. It takes that concept to another level when you can then incorporate that information together along with the product somehow, tether them together. And also turn your catalog entries into unique units of information that are going to ride along with that product. That's the other side of it, right? That's not.
Yeah, there's so many use cases that we haven't even thought about with all of us, and it's a whole new world. And I'm really looking forward to gaining this momentum and seeing what else people want to.
This scavenger hunt that we're planning for NFT NYC and beyond is actually, I'm having fun with it now. First, I was like, what the hell, given the materials we have in front of us, can we do right now? And then, of course, we've got some more stuff on the way. Leonard, you're there?
I am, yep.
I was going to say, I guess we're going to have to probably order some more of these tags, right?
Yeah, so if those are the ones we're going to stick with, yeah, I'll order more.
And for now, they make sense. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, they're easy. They're not too expensive. And then you have a little metal thing that you're going to attach the actual thing to.
What are you talking about?
It goes on the keychain.
Oh, wait a minute.
There's another little metal thing.
Like this?
Yeah.
So right now,
the sticker.
Right now, I'm making some just artifacts as an example.
Okay.
These have NFCs inside of them. This is actually 2 stickers on a piece of cardboard with epoxy. This one is.
Okay.
I'm going to the fabric store today to get some more stuff, but that's why I was suggesting if we had stickers, it might take us a little while to get stickers to me to be able to make things out of, but we should order some stickers anyways, because we don't have any for anything. And stickers are a thing that people collect that like crazy, right? I was also toying with the idea of taking this and making something out of this, but all of these are scavenger hunt items, right? You could leave this someplace semi-conspicuous and then somebody'd have to go find it. And
I do have some stickers here.
Some what? Cortex?
Problem is they don't survive heat very well. And like the ones I put on my phone, like they wear off.
Oh, you're talking about the .ape, these ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about
similar
these necessarily. Just plain branded, a Cortex.
If you can give me some dimensions or something like that, or what you'd like to see, even if
Or
it's just like a
maybe we can find a plate like Sticker Jam type place and see how much quantities are and price and stuff, because they'll have dimensions, specs.
Okay. Yeah, can do anything.
These are the same sticker I got from Nick different times, and they're different dimensions.
Yeah.
But I was going to actually, I reached out to Nick because this is another way to get sponsors involved too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited for the group features. It's because there's a lot of groups out there that want to use this stuff. They want to create their own top level domains and want to use it as more of a community feature and publish things as a group as opposed to an individual. And I think that's going to be pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah, to do it easily, because you can do it, right? But it's probably not easy.
Yeah, simplicity first. It's our mantra.
Yeah, I was just going through and talking to Crystal about Tagger as well. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it'd be worthwhile for you to.
Yeah, I saw it when you were showing it earlier, actually.
I think they've actually done some
dimensions on that too.
On what?
The actual measurements, the tags.
You talking about the red things?
The NFCs.
They vary. Depends on the configuration.
The ones from Tagger.
They vary. Depends on the configuration.
Okay.
I've got 2 kinds, right?
Yeah, send me the dimensions of each, so that would be useful information.
Where is Discord? So this is your dyed in the wool, plain old NFC tag, right? You see the stuff in the back, right? So Rob programs these. He gave me numbers from the factory. These are a different kind, right? See those? They're round, but you see that little outcropping there? That's a cut line. So if that cut line is broken, when you go and read the tag, it can tell you that the cut line is broken. So the seal's been broken, it's been opened, it's been tampered with, whatever you want to use. But that's another configuration, right?
Okay.
I have 25 of these and 5 of the others. So that's why the first kind of 5 experimental things I'm making. Right. This is actually some ribbon with a tag inside of some cardboard epoxied in that it would be waterproof and would also work like a clothing tag. Or a tag inside of a piece of apparel or something like that. But this is a product I've been thinking about for a while. So that's why getting all this stuff together, now I can go over to Cortex and I can go over to Tagger and in the settings for, right, there's 31 items that were sent and the advanced features, right? This is gonna, if you go through this and let it do its thing, it's going to, you can use a single image for all the NFTs or a different image for each, single metadata for all or different metadata for each. So depending upon your needs, right, you can adjust all this stuff. But where it really gets cool is when you use your own smart, because now I can tell it that it's non-sequential. Let me customize the token ID and I put in the contract address. So ostensibly what I would do here is I would, let's see, I have OpenSea open, I don't, but I would go over to my Cortex addresses. So let me get into my MetaMask. This is being problematic again. Deal with this yesterday. I had to restart my browser because the Brave has started to incorporate a crypto wallet in. I think I've got it turned off. Right in the Web3 section. Should be loading the extension. Brave Wallet did this yesterday. And then I closed Brave and restarted it. And they'll do the same here. We'll get back into Tagger. OpenSea rather. But so you can go into OpenSea and you can get the details for all the information that you would need to make it work, is what I'm showing here. As soon as I can log in, I'm going to navigate to one of my ape domains. I'm going to navigate to one of my ape domains and show you this other wallet. Looks like it's conflicting. I need to disable that wallet. Yeah, another bugaboo of Cortex, or not Cortex, but Web3 is the wonderful sort of state of maturity of things in the space. So I'm trying to like disable this stupid thing. It's going to remove it because that wallet is apparently conflicting with the wallet that I want to be using. So let's see if it, there it is. Okay. It's me log in, no problem now. So like I said, I'm going to go to, let's say, unclenate.ape.cloud. I'm going to go look at this Cortex address, right? Oh, hit the wrong. I'm going to go look at this Cortex address. And I can see this is unclenate.ape. I can come down here in this area and into the details. And this hash, this token ID 9315 is the ID that I believe you want to add to. And trying to figure out what that is because it chops off some of it. But this token ID is the ID that you'd want to put into Tagger for the ID of, let's see, for the ID when you go and make the NFT. NFT token ID is non-sequential. Of course, Cortex, this is a non-sequential, right? You might go look at lots of other NFTs. Let me show you an example of another NFT that I have that I know was issued sequentially, right? Boohoo Babies number 70. Lo and behold, we know that's number 70 because that's the name they put on it. But why is it number 70? Because it's token ID number 70, right? This is what they're talking about. Is it sequential or not? Here's the contract address. So over in Tagger for .ape or anything in the .ape namespace, right? You would use this contract address. This is the ape zone custom contract, right? So I would in Tagger enter this value. Right. I've already gone through and told it, let's change it to, I'm going to change it to a different name though. I'm going to call it Cortex Treasure. Right. So now I've gotten this run of tokens, or I'm sorry, tokens of tags from the supplier, from Tagger, and they've been imprinted and encrypted with specific addresses that are registered to these 31 addresses that they issued us. And now when I save the project and I start to launch the project, I will be able to create NFTs. Right. Token name, the token description for each token with that. And it's just a basic little rundown of how we would connect Cortex addresses with NFCs that then allow us to read the NFC with your phone or with an NFC reader and have it show the associated NFT and also the fact that it's a valid object, right? There's no way that you can copy these NFCs and put them on another object, so that it essentially acts like a provenance protection. So yeah, fun stuff. That's what I'm looking forward to, is when we get all that kind of rolling too. Rocking.
Cool. One last thing I wanted to say before we wrap up here is I went through our Cortex marketing folders and reorganized and like just made it make a little bit more sense. But if you guys get a chance to go through there and have any questions, I think it makes sense. I don't think we need, I think it's self-explanatory, but it might not be.
Didn't you archive a bunch of stuff really last year too?
Archiving.
Okay, because I was looking for stuff around Discord for documentation. That I created a folder for that on Cortex marketing, but I think there were still some elements from Brenton Way, because I have a backup of all that. But I think there were some elements of Brenton Way documentation that didn't make it over. And I don't know, Leonard, if you cared about any of that or not, but there was marketing plans and branding stuff in there and whatnot. So I can dump it into a folder for us to look at.
Yeah, dump it in. Yeah, if you've got all that, dump it into a folder.
When I get a
So we
chance.
just have
My
it,
drive's
yeah.
at the office, but I was just noticing that.
Yeah, let's set something up for Monday to go through that.
And then
We're
I
gonna do
did,
it today, but it's crazy.
I did move I think everything that was pertinent to show visibility to what everybody's working on into GitHub as well. But Nate, there's more things you're working on. Feel free to add them in there too, since we're gonna utilize that a little bit more. And then I was thinking of, if we're gonna move away from Notion completely, eventually doing the agendas using just like a Google Doc instead. But for now, just transition. So as things come up, I did create.
Eventually, we need to do it in Cortex.
Do what?
Yes, that's true.
Once we have more private stuff, yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, and I did review the ape, docs.ape, made a couple of changes, but I think I don't know if I want to have Josh review some of it, but I think it's good enough to put up for now.
Okay. You're meaning you made some
The
changes.
documentation needs page, I guess you called it.
Oh,
and
okay, got it. I was thinking that confused me because I was like,
but I think that's the ape, the docs.ape is what that's going to turn into, right?
exactly what it's going to turn into. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Thanks for going through that. I don't think Josh has gone through it yet, so I will push for that again today when he gets a chance.
And might want to give Nate a shot at it too.
I think Nate actually has added a lot of stuff, but Nate, if you do want to review any of the docs, it's like first drafts in there that I still need to run through and make sure that everything looks correct before I publish stuff, but.
And let's get this video up from today too, as quickly as possible. It's a good one.
Okay.
The second demo you did.
Perfect. Yeah, wherever, Nate, do you want to do that? Or if you send it over to me, I can chop it up and get it out.
Let me stop and end so it'll